Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about the idea of starting your own credit repair business. For the most part, you guys are familiar with the context of what I'm sharing in my channel in terms of how to do your credit repair, some of the strategies that you can use yourself. But more and more people are actually getting into the hang of doing their own credit repair business. They want to start their own business because they believe that they can offer something unique. They have their own perspective. They want to, bring in their own uniqueness, and I think that's amazing. And for that reason alone, I think it's very critical that if you're considering starting your own credit repair business, that you should be listening to this very important video. So when it comes to the credit repair business, right, there's a couple of things that you have to keep in mind. The first is obviously, understanding exactly what you'll be offering, how unique you'll be, the perspective on how you'll be doing your business. And then everything else is after that. So let's look at some of the things that you'll have to pay attention to. The first thing is, okay, being in credit repair space, a lot of people think that if you go out there and start your own business, you'll be saturated. And the reality is you probably won't be saturated. It's just a perspective of how you do things and what you bring to the table that's so unique and different, and your own angle in this whole thing. So I'll give you an example. Let's assume that you're a consultant who works with individuals to help them get some financing in business, and your ability to be able to help them in their credit perspective is going to help you close more deals on the business financing side, right? You may specialize in business financing that's typically, let's say, vendor financing. It could be, merchant accounts. It could be equipment financing. It could be, all sorts of different variations. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to have something that you're comfortable with, that you've really done it so well, you're experienced, you've closed, a good couple of deals, you have good customer feedback, and then from that angle, just adding credit repair to your arsenal is going to help you accelerate and grow on a more reliable basis. So I think that the biggest thing you should be focusing on when it comes to this space, if you're going to start your own business, is really understanding the angle in which you want to work, what you're going to bring to the table, what kind of expertise do you already have that's going to be complementary to the credit repair service that you want to launch. So that's the first thing, right? What's the industry that you specialize in and how you can tie that into your specific industry as a value add service for your customers. Because at the end of the day, the whole reason behind why you want to start your own credit repair business is because you want to help your customers. The second thing I'd say in this whole business is, understand the different payment plans that you'll create. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about starting your own credit repair business. And then, in the next video, I'll talk about the two different payment plans that a lot of customers tend to prefer and some of the dangers with those payment plans. But let's go back to the idea of the second point in starting your own credit repair business, which is what kind of payment plans do you want to offer to your customers? And the reason why I say this is very critical is because a lot of people start this business and they are essentially, offering their clients all sorts of ideas on how to pay, and they actually put a lot of stuff on goodwill, and they end up never collecting their payments. And the reason why I say this is critical is because if you're in this business, if you're in this space, the first thing you need to do is you need to understand and realize, hey, how am I going to collect on my customers? How am I going to go ahead and make the money that I want to make in this business? How will I, proceed with that? And I think that understanding your customers, how you want to set up your payment plans, some of the structures you want to do, is going to also create an angle of difference in your business, the differentiating factor to choose you over, let's say, competitors or other options. They may not be cheaper, for instance, right? You can have a very expensive service, but you're so specialized in what you do, it's kind of hard to ignore, and people are willing to pay the cost because they know the value that they're getting for it. So that's the second thing, right? The third thing when it comes to starting your own credit repair business is the angle in which you will go ahead and market yourself, right? What exactly is it that you're offering to customers that they can see very clearly in an articulated difference or unique selling proposition, for instance, that people can say, you know what, Ali Tarafdar, for instance, he specializes in financial mentoring. His credit repair is just an angle in which we do long-term business. And that long-term business, as we know Ali himself today, is that he likes to, buy, flip companies, go in there, increase the value of those businesses, and then sell it after to make a lot of profits, or perhaps retain a business to build the wealth. So that's the angle and the perspective of which I work with credit, right? So I bring the angle of the credit repair with the business acquisition side, and I think that's very critical. Now, in your situation, it can be very different, right? You can say, well, let's say John specializes in car financing. He likes to help his customers get the best credit to be able to get the most affordable car options, or at least for the price that they had budgeted, get a much better and more reliable car in the luxury brand or so on and so forth. And because of the way you set yourself up in the marketing perspective, what happens is now you can customize your price based on the outcomes you create. And I think that's very beautiful because that's one of the unique angles of credit repair that a lot of people kind of dissociate it with, and they misrepresent, or they're not really clear about the value that they offer. So understand the marketing angle that you're going to go out there and do your thing in terms of credit repair space. And then finally, I think that point number 4 here is, what type of customers do you want, right? So really, you understand, like, okay, the type of business you're already in. To add credit repair as a complementary service, the type of financing you're going to offer, the payment plans for your customers. The third, we talked about how you're going to market yourself and be unique and going out there and getting your customers. The final point I'd say is, look, understand the type of customers you're willing to take on. In my experience in credit repair, having done over thousands of clients, the biggest thing I noticed was, a lot of people who are usually asking a lot of questions, getting into the space to fix their credit, they want a solution yesterday, and they play the ball with you. At the beginning, they answer some of the questions, and they pretend like they'll be patient, but then they start sending you thousands of text messages and stuff like that. So, with the idea of, the type of customer you want, you really have to be clear about that. You have to start filtering the type of customers you're willing to take on and some of the people that you're not willing to take on, and then just, do your business that way. So I'll give you a clear example of that. Assuming that you have a certain specific type of client base that you're willing to accept, the first thing you want to do is, document the type of customers you absolutely don't want. Be clear about that. The moment you're clear about that, the rest is very easy. Now you can start saying, look, based on the business and the value that we offer in our mission, it doesn't seem like we're the right fit. However, we're, looking for these type of customers. And if you articulate that value very clearly and you state it in your website and the marketing presence that you have and the way you go out there and do your business in terms of the type of customers you want to deal with, I think that you'll earn a lot of respect in the marketplace. Because that's the one thing that a lot of people kind of are not really clear about. Even the credit repair specialists out there, I think they're just trying to, one size fits all. They're trying to service everybody and trying to make everybody happy. And the reality of the business is you cannot make everybody happy, especially customers who already have a bad payment habit, destroyed their own credit, and they're trying to find negotiate their terms as though, like, okay, well, I'll pay you monthly, but in your credit report it shows that your payment history is terrible and you're coming to us to clean it. How can we extend credit on a service based on your report? It just doesn't make any mathematical sense or logical sense. So understand clearly the type of customers that you want to take on and market to. And the bonus and fifth point is really, find an angle in which the business that you're in when it comes to credit repair, it's an expandable business, right? It's not just a one thing that you come in and, let's say, you bring customers on board, you're very clear about the customers that you want, but beyond it, what else can you do, right? What else can you do? Is it something that, for example, car financing, mortgages, the commercial financing, business financing? Really find your unique angle and tackle it that perspective, and find a way to continue business with that one particular client, because at the end of the day, how often a customer buys from you or does business with you will determine the success in the business that you're in. And of course, getting referrals, good word of mouth, testimonials, and of course, ultimately building a brand that's respectable in the marketplace. So one thing to note is in the credit repair space, a lot of people are afraid to go into it because they feel that there's a lot of scarcity, that if you go in, you're fighting with a lot of different people. It's like a red ocean full of sharks. And the reality is you don't have to necessarily compete in the same ocean that they're in. If you read the book, The Blue Ocean Strategy, you have to create your own unique marketplace and tackle it that way. But the way you market that specific marketplace that you created is what's going to make all the difference. But whatever you market, remember to be able to service that, because if you're not able to, comply and bring the value that you're supposed to give, and it doesn't work, it's going to go completely against you, and you might not end up creating a successful credit repair business. So with that said, I hope you guys understand the 5 components of a successful credit repair business. If I were to repeat, the first one is, what exactly are you doing right now, and how can credit repair help fit into a value add in your business? I think that's very critical. The second point is, determine how you're going to charge your customers in the payment plan. The third is the type of marketing that you'll do. How will you be standing apart not just from your competitor, but in the industry itself, to add the tremendous value that your customers are looking for. The fourth is understand the type of customers that you're willing to take on, because at the end of the day, that's pretty much the long-term game, right? And the fifth and final point is a bonus, is what exactly, additional services or products that you can add to the existing client base that'll help you retain a long-term client relationship, add more, dollars to the bottom line while benefiting the most, right? So with that said and done, guys, this is Tarafdar, your guide and mentor. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn that bell icon on so every time there's a brand new video like this, you'll be first to be notified. And finally, if you're interested in starting your own credit repair business, you want to get mentoring from me directly with a yearly subscription where I guide you, mentor you, and show you exactly the ropes to the success path that you want to create, contact me, Ali at alitarafdar.com. And hopefully I'll hear from you. If you have any questions, leave it below this video in a comment section, as well as email me as ali@alitarafdar.com if you have any specific questions related to starting a credit repair business, or if you want to subscribe to a mentorship program. Once again, Ali Tarafdar, your guide and mentor. See you guys next time. Bye for now.